Hi everyone, welcome to North Campus Calculus Problem Solutions. This is Chapter 1, Section 1, Lecture 11, Cosine x. And in each video we start with a short overview of the main idea followed by a few examples. This series will follow the Thomas Calculus 14th edition sequence, so you can follow along from Chapter 1 to the last chapter. Do not forget to subscribe to the channel and leave a comment if you have any questions or suggestions. First, what is cosine x? Cosine x is a trigonometric function that represents the horizontal coordinate of a point from here to here. It oscillates smoothly between -1 and +1, and cosine, if this angle is alpha, cosine alpha will be abscissa value of that. Cosine alpha is just here. And cosine alpha always will be between -1 and +1. For the domain of cosine alpha, the cosine function is defined for all real numbers because for every real angle we can locate a corresponding point on the unit circle. Therefore, cosine x exists for all values between -infinity and +infinity. And when a point moves around the unit circle, its x coordinate never goes above +1 or below -1, as you see here. All values will be between -1 and +1. So the range of cosine x will be between -1 and +1. And in a right triangle, the cosine of an angle is defined as the length of the side adjacent to the angle over hypotenuse. So cosine x is here as adjacent side over hypotenuse. Key points for cosine alpha. Cosine x is a periodic function and its period is 2 pi. The graph repeats itself at every 2 pi radians, so it has a wave-like oscillating pattern like this. Each complete wave looks identical at cosine x, but its symmetry is with respect to the y-axis. Cosine x is an even function, so since it's an even function, cosine of -x will always be equal to cosine x. This means that the graph of cosine x is symmetric with respect to the y-axis. And our first example shows that cosine alpha equals the cosine of -alpha. This is our unit circle, and if we take here as alpha degrees, and this will already alpha again, so then if this angle is alpha, then the cosine value of this alpha will be, let's say here, this. Then here is cosine alpha. And for cosine of -alpha, minus alpha is here and its cosine will be here. Again, the same point as cosine alpha. So cosine of alpha will be equal to cosine of -alpha. The second question example, find the values of cosine x at the points x equals to 0, pi over 2 pi, and 3 pi over 2. 0 is here, and this is again the unit circle. Here is pi over 2, and this is pi, and 3 pi over 2. The cosine of 0 is here, and here the cosine is +1, here we have -1, and here is the cosine axis. Cosine of 0, cosine of 0 is plus 1. For the cosine of pi over 2 has cosine here, so cosine of pi over 2, cosine pi over 2 equals 0. And at the angle pi, cosine here minus 1, so cosine pi equals to minus 1. For the angle 3 pi over 2, the cosine is here at the origin, so cosine of 3 pi over 2 is 0 again. And the next problem. Find the value of cosine of 60 degrees and cosine of 120 degrees. You should know this triangle. This triangle is very important for you. Let's say A, B, and C. At this triangle, you know that if this side is x, the opposite of 30 degrees, x, then this side will be x square root of 3 and this side will be 2x. Or you can say that here 1, if 2x here is 1, x will be 1 over 2, and if x is 1 over 2, here we have square root of 3 over 2. Then let's write it as here. And now we have, in unit circle, the radius is 1. I made the hypotenuse here 1. Then this means that sine of 30 degrees is 1 over 2, or cosine of 30 degrees is square root of 3 over 2. And also sine of 60 is square root of 3 over 2, and cosine of 60 degrees is 1 over 2. Then we need cosine of 60 degrees. Cosine of 60 degrees is 1 over 2. And we can show it in the unit circle. On unit circle, we have 60 degrees. Here, if this is 60 degrees, we have here, as you see, here radius is 1. If radius is 1, we have here 1 over 2 from this triangle. And also for the angle cosine of 120 degrees, we can draw this, and we have here 180 degrees. So if this is 60 degrees, then we have the angle here 120 degrees. And if we draw the right triangle here again, as you see, this triangle is the same as this one, and the radius is 1 here, and since the radius is 1 that equals the hypotenuse here, this side will be 1 over 2. This side will be 1 over 2. And since we have here 60 degrees, the cosine of 60 is 1 over 2. But cosine of 120 degrees, cosine here is negative. So cosine 120 degrees will be minus 1 over 2. And this was our last problem. See you on the next video.